Welcome to TYT Sports, Francis Maxwell. Yes, I'm still here. Can I get a hell yeah, Jason?
Hell yeah.
Good for you. That was well planned out. We've done it before. All right, so we're going to look at the top 5 World Cup worst, best, worst, best. So I'll break that down for you. It means we're going to look at the top 5 who are predicted to be good but had god-awful tournaments. So we're going to start at number 5. Wayne Rooney, Waza. Once again predicted to spearhead England's campaign, get off the mark. He struggled to score goals. He's never scored one in the World Cup, and he did get that World Cup goal, but it was gift wrapped on a plate from Sturridge. But overall, he had a very poor performance for me. Just looked off the boil throughout the tournament. Off the pace, he kind of looked unfit. I mean, he's always had problems with his fitness, I think, especially in these hotter climates. And I think he was very poor for England, and part of the reason they went out. Number 4, Sideshow Bob, David Luiz. I mean, he's a fan favourite here in the studio. We do like his hair and the way he dramatically celebrates when he scores goals. But, I mean, we kind of felt sorry for him to put him in there, but his last 2 performances were catastrophic. He was horrendous at the back. He was charging tackles out of nowhere, running from his own back line into midfield to try and make last-ditch tackles when they were not necessary, leaving huge gaps in the back line. And part of the reason they conceded so many goals, and I doubt he'll be getting the captain's armband anytime soon. Number 3, against Jason's will to put it in the rundown, Balotelli. I mean, it's hard to lead the strike force in a 4-5-1 formation. It's hard for any striker to do it. But someone of Balotelli's size, presence, skill that he has shown, you expect him to do more than complain and be on his backside, which he was for most of the tournament. As I said, half of the time he was complaining to the referee about tackles. The other half, he was just flopping and going down for like being touched for a guy his size. I said it wasn't good enough for Italy, and hence they went out early on. And number 2, an outright choice here, Diego Costa. That is absolutely fantastic. I think that was shot freshman year. Look at that. That is the worst picture. You've got me absolutely startled.
Francis, I did not know that what team did you play for at the World Cup this year?
Oh. I'm speechless, man. That is the best joke. I had no idea. So you changed. I thought you would at least change Balotelli to me to kind of get Balotelli out the list.
We still have Costa.
All right, still have Costa. All right, so I've just been taken back. A great award to Jason. That is very creative. I've been startled. But Diego Costa, number 2. I think the only thing he'd done in the whole competition was win a penalty, which was a very dubious call considering he planted his foot on the defender's leg and fell as a defender slid. And that was the only thing he'd done. He didn't look a shadow of anything that he performed with Atletico Madrid, if that makes sense. He just was nothing compared to what he had done before, and fair enough, he might have been come back from an injury, but Chelsea have forked out a lot of money for Diego Costa, and I think they've got their work cut out for him to bring him back to that form. And number 1, it was so close that we just had to give it to 2 players. It was a tie between Iker Casillas and my favourite, Fred. Iker Casillas was a more obvious choice because of the mistakes that he made, specifically in the first game, getting caught out, and hence why Spain lost heavily against the Netherlands. And Fred was a more subtle case of uselessness. He was you wouldn't even notice him there. You wouldn't notice him if he wasn't there. He just didn't do anything, and I made my comments towards Fred very clear throughout the tournament, and I think a lot of people agreed with me, especially on Twitter. And he retired from international football. I'm sure Brazil took a lot of joy from that. I think that's the only thing that could have made up for a 7-1 loss, is the fact that Fred no longer will put on the number 9 jersey. So with that, we want to hear who your best worst was. You can tweet us in at TYT Sports on Twitter, or at me at Francis_Maxwell. If you agree with the number 2 pick, if you agree that I was one of the worst, then you sure comment on that as well. But don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.